So this year's Minecraft update is going to be 1.19, the Wild update. And we are finally going to see the introduction of the Warden and the Deep Dark Biome. So over the past couple of days, the Minecraft developers have been sharing screenshots and information in regards to this. And I want to keep everybody updated. Maybe you don't have the time to go on social media. Maybe you have no idea what is going on. But please, stick around until the end of today's video because there's a couple of questions that I need your help with. So the first bit of information is coming from King B-Dogs, who tweeted this, saying testing Sculk catalysts on Bedrock with a couple of other developers. Now we were given two separate pictures. This is the first one. I know if you're a Bedrock player, you're gonna focus on the version. Yes, that is version 1.18.20. That's obviously the latest internal build that they have. Try not to focus on the versions too much. It doesn't necessarily mean that this will be introduced in version 1.18.20. So the whole reason they shared this is they're testing spawners and mob farms. You'll notice on the top, you can see spawners and you can see spiders. But the interesting thing here is down below, just slightly above the hotbar, you'll see a bunch of particles. Now, in the current Minecraft betas, if you're messing around with Sculk blocks, as you know, if you kill a mob near it, this block kind of consumes the Minecraft mob's souls. If you break them, it will give you XP. So they're kind of messing around with this functionality, so it's not going to be too OP. Now, I talked about, like, this block consuming the souls. Trust me, stick around in today's video because they've actually given us a preview of a new block or item, and the community is kind of speculating that it's linked to souls. Moving on to the next image we were given, it's the same location, just a different angle. You can see when the spiders drop, obviously their souls are being consumed by the Sculk catalysts, and it's spreading and spreading and spreading. Now, there was a lot of questions in the community about the spread, like, does this go infinite and constantly just take over biomes? Keep watching, you'll see why in a second. But something I noticed on this is on the right-hand side and towards the top, you'll notice torches. And those torches have not had the blocks underneath them consumed via Skulks. So is there going to be a way for players to stop the spreading of the Sculk catalysts? That's something we're going to have to find out at a later date. So everybody was a little bit unsure what these pictures were about, and King B-Dogs was like, and yes, this is an inefficient mob farm. We're testing how effective it is even when a casual player might try just building an obvious farm. So we don't realize how many different factors they have to consider when they're doing something like this. So like I mentioned, the Minecraft community was super curious. How far can these blocks actually spread? King B-Dogs tweeted this, saying, may have kept this Sculk catalyst mob farm running for too long. What do you think, Nembom MC? There is so much going on in this picture. First off, you can see that the Sculk blocks, the Sculk catalyst, is taking over a whole entire savanna biome. It's consuming the grass, it's consuming the trees. You probably got so many questions, you're probably like, wait, I build in a savanna biome. Does that mean my house is going to be consumed? Don't worry, because later on in today's video, King B-Dogs confirms that in order for them to spread this far, you would have to kill thousands upon thousands of mobs. Now let's focus on the mobs. He is using creepers. They are perishing incredibly fast. But let's zoom in a little bit more, because around the death of the creepers, you can see some kind of new item, new block. There is no confirmation on what this is, but the community is speculating that this is some kind of soul. Players know in the latest beta that this catalyst block and the Skulks themselves can consume the mob souls, and that's how you end up getting the XP. We're going to find out at a later date what this is all about, and I do have a couple more pictures of this in today's video. Thought it was pretty awesome. Next up, we have a tweet from Nembom MC himself. I think Sculk is taking over the caves and the cliffs at King B-Dogs. And once again, in this picture, you can see how the Sculk not only took over the savanna biome as we've seen, it is taking over the underneath as well. I know you're going to have questions like, Hey Echo, how come the deep dark biome is so close to the surface? I promise you, the developers answer these questions towards the back end of today's video. So once again, we can see the so-called soul block, soul item. I'm just referring to it as that because that's what the community is speculating. We could be completely wrong, but the Skulks, once again, are taking over absolutely everything. They're taking over stone, they're taking over dirt. Any block that is there, it is being consumed. So I think if you were smart enough, there would probably be a way for you to create a new kind of biome. Just grab a couple of these blocks, kill mobs by them, and then just create your own corrupted biome. I really feel like this kind of biome feels modded. And the great thing is, King B-Dogs is well known for his mods in the Minecraft community. So I am curious to see how this plays out. Now, there was a bunch of questions towards Nembom when he tweeted this. And he said, well, we have fast computers now. If you look at the reflection in the bat's eye, enhance, zoom in, sharpen, and apply night vision, you get this. If that's any helpful. It's not the new biome or world gen. It's the aftermath of a creative level setup, very difficult to do in survival. So like I mentioned before, a lot of people were kind of worried that this would take over biomes and generations that they've built. In order for these kind of things to happen, it would, one, take a long time, and number two, you would need a lot of mobs. So does that kind of confirm that it's not necessarily the deep dark? It's more just what the Sculk and the Sculk catalyst blocks can actually do. But on a positive, we were actually given this picture. And there's that item slash block once again. It looks so different than anything we've actually seen in Minecraft before. There's not too many new things visible inside of here. You've got the Sculk, you've got the veins, you've got this soul block, you've got the catalyst and a bunch of mobs. But I really like this. Like, I really want this to be possible for players to do. I want to recreate this kind of biome using the Sculk blocks. And it also goes underwater as well. Thanks, Dream, for the glow squids. Always appreciate that. So yeah, this stuff not only consumes blocks above water, also underwater. So questions. You probably have lots of questions. So do I. And I'm hoping we find out more information about this. But we have a question here from James. So, we can just find a Sculk cave as we're traveling the overworld, question mark. We won't see any wardens when we enter these, will we? Question mark. And King B-Dogs was like, this is growing from a Sculk catalyst we placed in creative. You won't find this naturally in the world this close to the surface. He didn't say it's not possible. So if you're willing to go down to the deep dark, grab these blocks, put them on your back and take them home, surely you're also going to be able to do this as well. And then we had a question from Stuart Duncan. So, if this sort of thing was just left unchecked on, let's say, an SMP, it could start to take over other people's areas, question mark. I see this being put to use for griefing purposes. And King B-Dogs was like, it has a limit how far it can grow. And getting to a radius of this size can take thousands upon thousands of mob deaths. It also can only convert a specific set of blocks, and none of them are blocks that players craft. So there's the question that a lot of people probably had, like, can it convert my crafting table, my chests, my diamond blocks? Most likely not. There's only going to be a set amount of blocks that it can convert. So there's so many different processes the developers have to go through, and I'm starting to understand more and more, with more information that we are given, how much time and dedication the Warden and the Deep Dark and the Sculk blocks have actually needed. I hope today's video has kept you all up to date with what is happening in the Minecraft community. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments section. More importantly, let me know your opinions on what you've seen today. Do you think that it's going to be a soul block slash soul item? I'm curious. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.